Hey guys, and welcome back to finally a new speed paint. I am so happy to finally put a new video out there, some new artwork, and um, just happy that I made it. Well, I didn't quite make it in time for the Addicts Alliance upload. 2 days late, but you know, better late than never. But yeah, I'm so happy that my first drawing back is an Art Addicts Alliance piece, and I was so excited about the theme this time. It's just so cool. I mean, Apocalypse Paradise, that is awesome. That's the stuff I live for. So, so yeah, that's really awesome. But before I get into talking too much about the illustration and whatnot, let's see, there's no voting this time. There's no need to vote for next month's theme because the other members of the Art Addicts Alliance have already decided on something that I actually don't really know what is because I haven't been online at all, so I have no idea, other than that it's already decided and I need to find out what that is, so yeah. Anyway, no featured artist this month, as far as I know. I hope I'm right about that. And what more? Oh yeah, so the really important part is the person of the Art Addicts Alliance who's given away their artwork for this month's theme is Hetty. And so you really ought to go over to her channel and watch her video to find out how to win her amazing artwork. And yes, that is actually one of the few videos that I have seen, and it is so cool. So definitely recommend that you guys go over there and check out what she did and find out how to get your hands on it. Okay, so let me get into this illustration, and actually I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about my thought process, because this is definitely not the first idea I came up with. Apocalypse Paradise, the first thing that popped into my mind was actually killing off the entire human race, because that would be paradise in my eyes. I love nature and animals, and I believe Earth would be better off without us. I know it's so horrible and so dark, and I decided that, you know, I didn't want to do that. And then I came up with the idea of maybe going for aliens, because I am a sucker for the old Aliens movies. Like, oh, I love them so much. The first and the second Alien movie they were so good. And you know, what kind of got me to think about that was the new Alien movie, which sucks, by the way. I cannot recommend you watch that. I mean, God. Ugh, awful. Why did they do that? I'm not gonna reveal anything, but yeah, you guys know me, I'm a huge horror fan, so yes, of course, I was horror inspired. I was also thinking about maybe a zombie apocalypse thing, but decided against it. I really like the idea of, like, using aliens, using the xenomorphs to kind of, you know, bring on the human apocalypse, and that would kind of be their paradise, but I decided against it. Even though I thought it'd be really cool, I kind of wanted to go with original artwork. I wanted to do something that was just my own, and that's when I suddenly started thinking about a book that I read once, and this is a book that I read when I was a little kid, and I can't remember the author, I don't remember the name of the book, I just remember the story, which was that, you know, the lead character wakes up in a strange place, he doesn't know where he is, and there are these fantasy creatures around him that are telling him that he has to help them fight a war. And so he, you know, throughout the book, he helps them out and he fights for them, and the end of the book, that's when we find out what's actually going on. And the end scene of the book is basically God and Death sitting across a table from one another with a chessboard, and they have decided to play a game of chess to determine the fate of the world. And that is just so messed up. I love that ending. That book was so cool. I really enjoyed that. The idea that these two gods had decided to use the world as their playground. They were quite literally using real people to play a war game. That is sick. And I loved it so much. So that is exactly what I decided to do for my illustration, except I'm not trying to portray God and death. I came up with two god creatures of my own making. And one thing I knew I wanted for sure when I started drawing this, I did not want one of them to be good and the other one to be evil. I didn't want I didn't want that kind of, I didn't want them to represent, you know, good and evil sides. I wanted them to be, you know, there's good and evil in everyone, and that's how I want these two creatures to appear as well, which is why I gave both of them features from the divine and the demonic. So they have horns, they have wings, they have black skin. Both of them have black skin. They have no legs, they have no face. They're these spirit beings. They do have hands, like, yes, so they can play, but that's about it. And I have to say, I'm really proud of the design that I ended up with. It was a long process, and Wednesday was the day I finally started drawing and started figuring out what I wanted to do with this. And late night, around 11 p.m. Wednesday, I had to throw out everything that I had, because what I had been working on just didn't look right. It wasn't what I wanted. I had designed these really cool characters, but I'd drawn their faces and their bodies, and even though the design was really cool, they didn't look mystical at all, and I wanted my gods to have like this mystery around them. So I threw the entire idea out and just started over, which is scary to do, but I'm so happy that I did, because that led me to draw these cloaked figures. And I do think, I'm so happy with how these creatures look. I mean, they look mysterious and powerful and just so cool. And what I really love about them, I can't decide which one. I mean, I think they look, you know, there's not one of them that looks better than the other, or one that looks more evil than the other. I think they are pretty equal, and that's what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. I love the one on the left that has, like, it has 3 sets of wings, and I think that's really cool. And the one on the right that has a lot of eyes. You can't see their faces, but this creature has a lot of eyes on its arms and hands, and that just looks so cool. I love the designs. I'm so excited about that. And yeah, as for the background, I just decided to go with like a smoky background. I didn't want anything that would draw away attention from these characters, and I think they're pretty detailed already, and on my sketch, I had done sketches of how I wanted to do patterns on the cloaks, but I decided against actually doing that because I didn't want the drawing to become too busy, and it is very close to being, you know, hard to look at because there are so many things going on. I needed to limit myself a little, and so I did, and I think it ends up looking pretty cool. I end up going in with a little bit of color. I kept it black and white mostly, but I end up putting a little bit of color, a little bit of red on the eyes for the creature on the right, and a little bit of blue in the swirly pattern for the creature on the left. Just to give it that little pop of color, and I think it works really well. It doesn't show up very much on camera, but in real life it does look pretty cool, and I'm really happy with this drawing. So yeah, my 2 gods fighting for the fate of the world. Whether it's gonna be Paradise or Apocalypse, that's, you know, that's for them to decide. I really enjoyed the process of this drawing so much. I love the fantasy feel, I love the mystery, I love my own character design. My god, I'm so proud of myself. It's been a long time since I've been this proud of one of my drawings, so I really hope you guys like it too. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different than what I've been doing lately. I have been drawing a lot of manga, and I do enjoy manga illustrations. I absolutely love it. It's what I do most, but I also like, you know, I love fantasy, I love horror, and I love things that have kind of a mix of both of those, and I think this is a pretty decent drawing. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. And yeah, I guess I should stop rambling. There's so much to say. I feel like it's forever since I've last talked to you guys. So many plans for the future of what I'm gonna come up with. I hope my mojo stays this time. I hope it doesn't go away again. I hate being art blocked. It's like the worst thing in the world, especially when it's this severe and it's just completely like unable to. I couldn't even draw a stick figure. I am serious. I could not draw a stick figure without messing it up. That's how bad it's been. It's ridiculous. And so frustrating when I had so many good creative ideas and I just couldn't get them out. But yeah, no helping it. I love this thing. I know it's very grainy and gritty. It's the first time I try to work on this particular paper. I actually recently got, well, not recently, it's actually a while ago that I got new art supplies, so I should make a video with that. But, so yeah, this paper is new to me, so I didn't really know how to work on it, but I think it looks pretty awesome, and I need to stop talking. I'm sorry, I've talked too much. Go check out all the other artists of the Art Addicts Alliance, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll enjoy their videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.